Greetings and salutations, friends. Welcome back to Stamford Bridge, where today we are going to delve into Indian honor culture.
Wait, is it even Indian? Like, this is just an Asian thing broadly, I think.
Yeah, well, there begins one of the contentions. So we're going to take this from a Kiwi farm thread on it because it's quite extensive. But bear in mind,
strangely extensive, actually.
Yes, we are not experts on Indian honor culture.
No,
because I've seen lots of suggestion that this is apparently Arabic because this is a northern Indian phenomenon, whereas the south of India doesn't adopt it anywhere near the same degree or even at all.
I mean, I definitely believe the Arabs have this.
It does feel Arabic, doesn't it? The whole zero-sum game of it all.
Yeah, it's very desert tribe, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It very much so is. Also, Sargon will be coughing as he's drowning in his own phlegm, and you might be hearing violent shaking noises from my end as I think my washing machine is about to fucking bite the dust.
Well, I'll try and mute myself.
So there will be noises, chat. Don't worry about it. But yeah, Izzat, and there's also a couple other topics we'll get into here. One of which is Jugad, which is kind of a part of this, which he mentions, but it doesn't expand upon. So I looked up an article on that, and it's fascinating.
Man, foreigners, they're so sensible, and they just arrange things in such an obviously correct way.
Very much so. Very much so. And we will be surprising Sargon with a trailer for the milking farm today.
Ah, fuck's sake. For fuck's sake.
Well, we'll begin with this first. So, Gluttonous Man here, QFarm, says, "Hi, I didn't see this term mentioned in the thread, so I wanted to share this with all of you. It's about Izzat. Some posts have mentioned saving face, which is Izzat, but I wanted to elaborate on it. Izzat has no direct translating into English. We only have terms that can broach the same concepts as honor or reputation or face. Izzat is so much more than that. It's a zero-sum game of collective honor shared by whole groups of people, all of whom take it very seriously. A system like this isn't just foreign to Enlightenment values, but it argues antithetical to every sensible form of governance on the planet. It will destroy any system that assumes good faith."
So, I think one way to look at this is kind of like Bronze Age morality, right? Mm-hmm. So, like Achilles and the Myrmidons, they are all honored or dishonored by Agamemnon, right? So the Myrmidons will fight with Achilles because collectively Achilles is their king, and if Agamemnon humiliates Achilles, he humiliates them too, because the bonds themselves are what make up the political unit, not individuals, as it were.
Well, that is true. Because of then, of course, you had very close bonds, and there were even attempts, of course, to weaponize this form of collective honor and shame too. Indeed, we've been continuing doing that all the way up until the modern age. Take, for example, Rome and its eagles.
Service guarantees citizenship.
But the nature of the sort of oaths that people in the past took is far more. It has far more depth than the modern understanding of such things can really comprehend. You know, we don't realize how important these things are to these people, and so it's one of those things where we're kind of out of time, and they're not like us, and we don't understand them.
Yes, absolutely. So he mentioned face, saving face. There's an interesting, rough kind of sort of pseudo equivalent in the Japanese Isles. They have a term called tate mae, which basically translates roughly into outward face or public perception of one.
Yeah. We there's a Latin term that we would call it, which is persona.
Mm.
Persona is the term that we use for that public projection that is not necessarily an accurate reality, an accurate representation of the inner truth of the person.
Yes. And it also has a very performative aspect, at least in the case of the Japanese version, as Tatemaya is deliberately not you. It is, as you say, the persona you put on to fill a societal role. The military, for example, Tatemaya was incredibly important there, where you even like there's one Japanese admiral, was it Yamato, who spent weeks at a time literally living in a whorehouse.
Right.
Rather degenerate lad, and I'm not sure it was Yamamoto, but I remember this from one of the books on the Pacific War. A licentious, drunk bastard, like crazy person. But whenever he put on his uniform, all of that just disappeared. It was gone.
Yeah.
And that was his Tatemaya. When he put on the uniform, he was an Imperial Navy officer, and his own personal proclivities and fancies disappeared.
Well, I mean, that's the way that works.
It's the way that works. Although this seems to be like more of like a group-based thing.
Yes. One thing that we have a difficulty understanding in the West is the nature of collective responsibility, frankly. That collective honor, collective morality, and collective punishment. We don't like it because it doesn't make sense to us, but lots of other people can't see the world in any other way.
Yeah. Oh, well, if it's natural. And what I find fascinating, too, is, as they continue on here, Izzat conflicts are not about who is right and who is wrong. It is about who wins and who loses.
Yes.
That is fascinating, because now you're going some steps further, where Izzat isn't about honor, it is about, well, it sort of is, but like when we say honor, we think of like Western chivalry, like there are rules.
No, it's not about morality. Right, it's about power. It's about the integrity of the group, basically.
Yes. Because again, in opposition to like say the Western chivalrous system that we often can think of when we think of honor, this isn't that. This isn't a code, it seems like. This is listed like, no, your group has a certain amount of points, basically.
Well, no, it is a code. It's just that in Western chivalry, honor is personal. This is not personal. This is collective honor. And so, like, this is why the grooming gangs operate as they did, because we would not protect the collective honor of our tribe when they were taking advantage of these girls. They assumed that we just don't care. We don't see it. We're blind. We're weird. We're not those kinds of human being, and therefore they'll just do whatever they do, and they did over and over. And it's just, to them, like, they don't even think they're doing something wrong. And in the court cases, like, whenever this would come up, they would say things like, well, she's a woman of low morals because she's not a virgin, she has these boyfriends, and therefore there's no reason to not do terrible things because she's already like debauched. And this is what they're talking about with this kind of collective honor thing, right? It's again, because we think honor is personal, they think it is collective. It's about face, it's about reputation, exactly as this guy's saying.
Yeah, again, but there's also the idea of rules there, right? Because in the terms of chivalry, you do have regulations, you have rules, you have things that you're supposed to do and supposed not to do. You could say that a lot of Western morality is quite like, how do I put it? Prescriptive?
Yeah, I mean, all morality is prescriptive, but I think the difference you're thinking here is, uh, they treat this like it's a law rather than like it's a rule. Like, so rule is something we make up for ourselves, and we follow it because we think it's right. Whereas with laws, laws are imposed by the universe; they are, divinely ordained, and so you have to follow it whether you like it or not, or you're going to suffer the consequences. And I think it's more like that.
Yeah, like I think maybe again, like I wonder if honor is the incorrect word. Maybe prestige would fit better.
Yeah. Prestige is definitely somehow tied to it.
Yeah, because they go on. This means it's a zero-sum game where just about any action is justified, including murder.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, this is what honor killings are.
Yes.
This is literally what an honor killing is.
Honor killings is one of those other things because it's something that to us in the West again seems just like utterly incomprehensible. But in a lot of, especially African societies, this is quite
Middle
common.
Eastern societies, completely common.
Yeah. There was a news case that absolutely like stunned Norway like 10, 12 years ago, where a father and a brother killed their own sister because she had been raped by someone.
Oh yeah, like there was an example in, like, again, another great example of this, right? Is in Pakistan a few years back, where in some tribal village, a brother had raped, some man had raped, this girl, and so the tribal judges sentenced his sister to be raped by her brother as a restoration of honor. And it's just like, holy fuck, man. We do not understand these people. And this is what that is describing. Izzat is what they are describing. This collective held and felt, it's an ontological state. You're either in it or you are not in it. And not being in it is very bad. And that's why they will literally kill people to become in it, to restore it to themselves. Like and like I said, we do not understand this.
Yeah, because what is interesting to us, to restore the lost Izzat, like murder can be okay, but Izzat is a limited social currency. And the easiest way to get it is to take from someone else. So, like I kind of mentioned, they have a point scoring system here. But I mean, I don't imagine they have like a scorecard. So
no.
It must be like something unintelligible, like, untangible.
It is intangible, but it's like regard, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's, are you a well-regarded person? Like, you see it in YouTube a lot, or this YouTuber has a reputation. They have good reputation that people like them, even if they haven't really done anything. Like ContraPoints like makes one video a year or whatever, and yet she's got good Izzat, as it were, good regard. Whereas Vorsh definitely doesn't.
Are you ready to rut this yellow
so
mare's
it's like that. It's perceived in, it's a social perception. Do other people think well of me?
Yeah, like, again, I feel like prestige is part of it, but this is actually a fairly complex term here because absolutely, like, there are people who have this social credit, and there is absolutely a limit to the social credit. You can't spend it.
Oh, you can spend it. Yeah. Like,
it can go away.
Oh yeah, no, you can completely spend it.
Yes.
And you can earn it, you can spend it, you can lose it, you can waste it. Like, it's definitely a thing.
Yes, and it's fascinating too because it is often also based up against your society, like your personal groupage, and then there are more public areas like Vorsh, again, lovely example. To a lot of normies, Vorsh is the guy who downloaded lolly horse porn. Yeah. To his audience, he is a philosopher. Like, he's an effective tool against the right.
Yeah.
Hassan Piker is the guy who shocks his dog.
Yeah.
But to his audience, he's the guy fighting against capitalism.
Yep. That's totally true.
And you've also got like the universal losses of prestige. Now that usually comes when you've painted yourself as something you are not, with Boogie being the perfect example.
Yeah.
Of having constructed a career on a very specific basis, having adopted a very specific persona, tatemae, outwards perception, and then completely reversing course.
There was there was a guy who was Jack something. He was like he wrote a load of cuck porn stuff, and then he was like, oh, be a man and stuff like that, and so like there are old articles of him like being a cuck, and everyone's like, well, what's this about? Understandably so. And that was one where like that Tateaya or whatever you call it just completely craters.
Yes.
Because not only do the people who dislike him are like, well, but the people who liked him also find it invalid.
Yeah, well, there's the thing, right? If you constructed your outward facade as the guy who writes cuckolding books, then
it was articles. It wasn't books. It was articles.
Articles. There you go. But the people who consumed that would have a positive opinion of you. But if you then present yourself as something else,
I think his name was Jack Murphy.
Jack Murphy.
He had a big
Trick or
beard.
treat.
Big,
Can I
like,
sit on your feet?
Oh, I remember this guy. Yes, because he got into like an internet beef with the Quartering or something, and then they discovered his old writings.
Yeah, actually, he's into like cuck fetish stuff, and it's like, oh, for fuck's sake,
Yeah.
it's not a model of masculinity right there, is it?
And there is so much fascinating to talk about when it comes to honor in the YouTube sphere. I remember.
Oh yeah.
A fascinating thing. You remember when PewDiePie accidentally dropped the N-bomb on a stream once?
Yeah, and everyone loved him more for it.
And one of the interesting thing was, one of the people that he had created, Jacksepticeye, who was the winner of some kind of competition for like shout-outs from PewDiePie stuff.
Right.
So PewDiePie created this man's career. Literally, he made him.
Yeah.
And Jacksepticeye came out and said that he didn't approve of PewDiePie's actions, like he condemned him. And the internet turned on him 180 degrees overnight.
Based. Fuck Jacksepticeye. All my homies hate Jacksepticeye. I've never seen anything by him, by the way.
All I know about him is that piece of drama, because he's genuinely beloved. He's a complete vanilla tuber, nothing offensive about him.
Yeah.
But this was perceived by virtually the entire internet as a betrayal. It wasn't merely him like having a personal opinion or anything. No. He made you. How dare you stab him in the back?
Yeah, right. Like, show loyalty. This is the thing. You like, in the face of the enemy, basically, is what PewDiePie was going through. You've got to show loyalty.
Yeah. It is fascinating, because again, we don't think a whole lot about the ideas of things like honor, but if you actually look into it, it never really went away.
Are you ready to
it's changed forms, sure, but it's still there.
Oh, honor is still tremendously important to people. They just kind of pretend like it's not, but it's like no, it really is, and it's not good to pretend that it's not, right? It's good to have honor. Like everyone respects an honorable man.
Yeah, everyone understands that being an honorable person is a good thing, and that not being an honorable person is a failure.
Yeah, it's a terrible thing.
All right. So winning is righteous in Izzat. Losing is unrighteous. This means that if someone plays the game of Izzat well enough, they can get away with just about anything. Murder, rape, scamming, cheating, stealing. The only morality in Izzat is the protection of your group's collective ego. The only appropriate response whenever Izzat is attacked is the complete destruction of whoever insulted you.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, this is basically the morality of the Odyssey. Like, it's a very old pagan morality.
Yeah, it's... Because all of the old societies had something along these lines, and it was usually... But, see... The losing at any cost, losing on winning at any cost, that's the thing, because we had our equivalents in Viking culture, which was blutgeld, which was basically if you committed a act that was particularly heinous against another group, that was a generational conflict that could continue ad infinitum.
Yep.
But these things were usually very, very, very specific. Like there were, like you couldn't declare a vendetta like this over nothing. It had to be something very bad, like a murder or a rape or something. Whereas the fact that here, they can get away with just about anything, murder, rape, scamming, and cheating, so long as they win, that is fascinating. Because now we're more into like some kind of almost raider culture within your own culture.
Yeah, well, think about why didn't Achilles attack Agamemnon?
Consequences?
Well, yeah, but why not, right? Achilles is the greatest warrior that the Achaeans had, but he didn't attack Agamemnon because he literally says Agamemnon's forces are huge. Agamemnon has way more men than me. He couldn't beat him in battle, right? So it would have been justified for Achilles to have led the Myrmidons out, and if he could have overthrown Agamemnon, would have been completely justified. And everyone in the Iliad would be like, yeah, well, fair enough, Agamemnon probably shouldn't have taken Briseis off of him. Like that would have been completely normal and fine. It's just that Achilles knew Agamemnon, the leader of men, had far too strong an army, so there was nothing he could do. But and that was why he was stewing in his tent for half the Iliad, fucking furious, until the death of Patroclus and Agamemnon restores Briseis to him. Like this, it's just Bronze Age pagan morality that we're looking at here.
Kind of, but like in this case too, it would be Agamemnon being correct so long as he could get away with it.
Well, no, because Agamemnon and Achilles is in Agamemnon's tribe, right? Like Achilles is Agamemnon's man.
Yeah.
So the wrong is that Agamemnon dishonored his own man. But like, remember, they got Briseis as a slave girl they took from looting a city. That person is that group was not in Agamemnon's tribe, so it was fine. It's totally fine. The sackers of cities to go around sacking other people's cities. But what Agamemnon had done wrong is looted from his own, which is obviously deeply wrong. How dare you, sir?
True, but like this feels more like specific, because again, like as long as you get away with it, it's fine. Now, it's a protection of a group, but like this isn't on a national level. This is like immediate family.
Yeah, but you can't do it to your immediate family, right?
I would assume so. Or
no, I'm certain that what we're looking at is like mafia style. Well, I mean maybe.
Well, see, the thing is, you can get away with just about anything so long as you don't infringe upon the group's Izzat.
Yeah, but like this, like the reason the Trojans are winning the war is because Achilles is not present on the field, right? It does infringe on the group. All of this, all of this is like I had to say, like it's interrelated, But I think that the essence is basically you can do it to foreigners and not your own. Foreigner being anyone not bonded to your group.
He goes on, two people get into an argument. They might escalate, but chances are it won't be that bad. I.e., sorry I broke your garden gnome. With two Indians in an argument, the stakes are always deadly, thanks to his art. Neither of them can back down, nor can they admit fault. Admitting fault is seen as deliberately humiliating yourself. Not only that, but because Izzat is shared, you are shaming everyone who shares your Izzat. So admitting fault or taking responsibility for a problem is a form of social suicide. This means even if the dispute owes something completely fucking stupid or trivial, like a broken garden gnome, it could spiral into a decades-long honor feud. And this also then goes into, like, I think there's a big difference here, because here it is that the social suicide is your group will reject you for failing to protect the Izzat.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Why did you allow them to have this up on us?
Yes. And even admitting fault, then, is losing Izzat. And if, again, you lose your social standing, even within your own group and family, for admitting wrong, you can't even de-escalate.
It's mad, isn't it? And the thing is, this is what Christianity spent so much time essentially like beating out of the West. Because we used to have the Were-Guild. You'd have to pay money instead of carrying on this eternal blood feud, because the blood feud would have carried on forever otherwise. I mean, it's what the death penalty's for. It's to end the blood feud.
Izzat is also the reason why police are reluctant to get involved in disputes, because Izzat is a zero-sum game. All participants are involved in the game. If a policeman sides with one family over another in an Izzat dispute, this means that he's deliberately taken the side of the family and dishonoring the other. This marks him for retribution by the offending party. Without parties being able to impartial, then centralized authority cannot effectively function. Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Because in this case, police in the modern context is something introduced into this situation.
Why would I trust the police?
Yeah, police is an outside force in the case where you cannot accept outside forces. And all outside forces that get involved are then intrinsically a part of the argument.
No, mate. The police, that might be like one of my enemy's cousins in the police.
Mm-hmm.
It's worse than just they're an outside force. They might be part of the enemy. We assume that everything's neutral. No, nothing's neutral actually. And these guys, if you've got different clans and stuff like that.
It's also the idea that, of course, this is the idea of the police is a relatively recent invention. The idea of a neutral arbiter from a state that has no agenda of its own, or supposed to anyways, beyond enforcing its own laws. The majority of time, we simply had tribal leaders and lords who arbitrated disputes. And if they were good at it, and they got a good reputation for being fair, that was obviously honorable, prestigious. But there was nothing stopping the local lord from simply saying, no, that's his sheep now. I don't care. Yeah. I don't care if it is on your land. It's his sheep now.
Yeah, I mean, it's a deeply sort of Northwest European opinion of how the world should operate. And it just seems ridiculous to other people because it requires a ridiculously high level of trust.
Yeah, because this also then comes in okay, the police will also be reluctant for other reasons, because India has another thing, and that is in-group preference. And I think they'll mention this later, but Indians like to hire other Indians because of these strong familial connections, which again, as you say, if a cousin of the family you're feuding with is in the police, how can you possibly trust the police?
Well, why could you?
Let's say someone in India complains about a broken water pipe. Instead of the problem being addressed, the official responsible for the water pipe denies it's a problem and counterattacks him instead. Because daring to question his efficiency in his role was a challenge to his art. So the official destroys the person who brought the problem up. The water pipe never gets fixed.
That is how these things work.
That sounds like a particularly ridiculous example, but okay.
I'm not going to rule any of it out.
Izzat's also a reason why Indian managers there we go, are so infamous for hiring more Indians. There we go. I knew this would bring brought up. It is because from the manager's perspective, he is using his position to gain invisible social currency. Merit and actual qualifications come second to that idea. If he hired a Westerner, he would not gain or even lose Izzat by doing so. Of course, because the Westerner is not an ally. If you went to the Westerner and said, listen, this man broke my garden gnome, we're going to have to rape and kill his daughter. The Westerner is going, no, Jesus fucking Christ. No.
What is wrong with you, man?
Meanwhile, presumably, if you go to the third cousin of the guy you just gave a $100,000 a year job at Microsoft and said the same thing.
And as well, you are damaging the Izzat if you weren't going to nepotistically hire. But why are you privileging some outsider over me?
Yeah.
What is the reason for that?
And
the entire there are bonds between us that you have to honor, and you're not honoring them.
Yes. And like this too, the idea of nepotism as well is something that we've kind of begun to stigmatize in the Western world.
Kind of. Like, everyone hates it.
We do, but we all engage in it regardless too.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things that like we don't like it, but we still do it 9 times out of 10. And in large portions, that is also because a degree of nepotism is impossible. If you know a guy and you understand his qualifications and you're friends with him, you're probably going to consider him more favorably for a job than a guy you don't know, etc. But like the negative nepotism that we think of is like the naggy aunt who is like, oh, you work at a big company now. He must hire your cousin. He needs a job.
That's just the Indian aunt.
Yes. Whereas in this society, that's not only the Indian aunt. It's not only like the familial responsibility, like we have bonds. It's that you actually increase your social currency. Because now these other people basically owe you an honor debt. And you can then drag in other families and groups.
Yep. And you're standing, like, and it'll be silly small things that you get benefits out of this for as well. Like, you know, you'll get an extra portion at the table or something. You get to sit at the head of the table or something like that, you know, because you've done something so useful for the family or the clan or whatever it is. Like, it's small social things that you'll get benefits from this for.
Yeah, and which could also spiral into larger benefits, because if we do view this from the Indian perspective of currency, basically, well, you're building alliances now, aren't you?
Yes. Yeah. All of society becomes a power game.
Yes, which means that if your neighbor does something wrong, well, you have tremendously more Izzat than him, and so you can just bully him into submitting.
Yeah, and you can call upon like half a dozen guys to come along and, you know, stand behind you while you demand something from him.
Yes.
You know, like it genuinely is barbaric. It's genuinely a barbarian way of approaching the world.
He has a very strong cultural incentive not to be impartial. Meanwhile, if he can strong-arm dozens of Indians into a company, he is gaining huge quantities of Izzat and conspirators who owe him an absolute debt.
Told you. What did I say? I wasn't even reading ahead.
Yep. Well, of course, like, it's just how it works.
Yep. Amazing.
It is not uncommon to see Indians gloat about their success in the West. Oh, God, yes. Okay, I went down a rabbit hole on this a few months ago, on Indian accounts basically posting bragging stuff about the H-1B1 visas.
Oh, there are loads of Indian accounts that will brag that,
Yes.
like, all of these Western companies are controlled by Indians now. And I've seen Indians being like, yeah, we're the Jews of the West now. And it's just like, fucking, what are you talking about?
Yeah, like I saw dozens of posts of Indians basically bragging about how they'd abused the system and they'd taken like a year's salary and then they were fucking off back to India to live like kings because it's a third world country where 100,000 USD will get you a lot.
Yeah.
And yes, Izzat is very much a system that enables short-term success, but the fundamental reality is the prosperity that these Indians find so attractive in the first place wouldn't exist if the West practiced something similar to Izzat. Oh, yes. I mean, yes. Like, you would never get a job at Microsoft because everybody working at Microsoft would be an American. It's like, no, I'm going to hire Americans.
Yeah. And not only that, you can't build trust and therefore build a meritocracy or build wealth, frankly, in the way that we understand it. And so, you know, you can't build a productive economy. You can only build an extractive economy.
And it will always be extremely insular because you will always be within your tribe, within your group.
Yes. So your talent pool is very limited.
Our system can only exist in the assumption of good faith, and not a majority of people exploiting them for destructive short-term gain. On top of that, if an Indian causes the system and companies he comes in contact with to collapse, then he can just go back to India with his plunder.
Yep.
I've literally seen that too. Like, people being hired, taking their money, taking their salaries, and then just fucking back. This is an Asian thing. The Chinese do this too, where Chinese laborers have absolutely zero loyalty to the company. at all. If they're offered a dime more in the steel mill next door, they'll not only take it, but they'll sell every secret they can to them.
Yeah, and it's not just Asia; it's everywhere outside of the West. Like, this is just what they're like.
He has no stake in long-term prosperity, functionality, or stability of these systems. The stakes are completely asymmetrical in the Indians' favor. Well, yeah. This also comes down to the old-age barbarism ideas, basically, of you are not my tribe, therefore any crime I commit against you is utterly irrelevant. In fact, it is probably a point of pride if I manage to get away with it.
One thing that we're highlighting here is the difference between shame and guilt-based cultures.
Oh, God, yes.
Christian Europe being a guilt-based culture, as in you'll feel bad about doing something wrong, but these cultures being shame-based cultures, and you'll only feel bad if you get caught and other people know about it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's this is the key difference. There's nothing shameful to them in what they're doing for their own group, as in they don't feel guilty about it. They feel shame if they don't do these things.
Yeah, and fundamentally as well, the reason why we managed to develop as high trusted society as we did is because of shame. You need to feel ashamed of taking advantage of the system.
Guilt is what we call it.
Well, feeling guilty, true, but it's societal shame as well, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, you need to feel the guilt, to use that term, of going on unemployment. That should be a shameful act.
Yeah, and it's not. And in fact, not taking advantage of money that could have been given to you and therefore increase your Izzat and general group prosperity, that's the thing that's shameful. How dare you not exploit the system that was going to give you money? Why are you not doing that? For groups that we are not even, we're in conflict with? Are you mad?
Yeah. Right, let me catch up on a couple of the super chats. Might have comments on it too. Brandon, to be super philosophical, to discover what underpins a person's ideals policy, I think the easy way is to ask, what is a human being for?
Well, that's a very difficult question because the Westerners can't answer that.
What is a human being for? Yeah. I mean, yeah, no, because I immediately kind of recoil at the idea of the human being as something that is for anything other than simply being for itself.
Heresy's the question.
Yeah, you don't like the idea
Fire
of people
is the
being
answer.
instrumental.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, in the Middle Ages, there was definitely, an instrumental view. You were there to serve God. You were there to serve your Lord. You were there to serve the natural order of things. But it's Kant and his people should be treated as ends in themselves that liberalism so deeply relies on. All of our societies are completely, bought into this idea that actually you're not allowed a purpose.
Yeah, and because finding the purpose too is difficult. To serve God, that no longer really flies. To serve the state, God no, I don't want to serve the state.
Yeah, who wants that?
To serve one's immediate family, I guess. But now we're getting dangerously close to, Izzat, I guess.
But I think there is a certain amount of Izzat, whether you want to accept it or not, whether you feel it or not. I think it is there, frankly.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably the most appealing duty out of the ones I can think of.
I think it's weird if you don't feel it. I'm not saying you have to feel it in the way that the Indians feel it, but it's definitely a thing, and pretending that it's not is weird.
Mana Yord Sushai, hey guys, happy Thanksgiving to you all. Would you two be willing to react to Feral Historian District 9 video? I think you guys will get a lot out of it. Maybe?
But, yeah, wow.
I barely remember District 9. I remember watching it and thinking, this is just an analogy of minorities. I don't get it.
I enjoyed it, though.
Base Hillbilly, what are you thankful for? That I'm born in Norway, one of the most wealthy, prosperous nations in the world.
Just one of the whitest nations. Just that's what you're saying.
I'm not thankful for my tax rates, but everything else.
Yeah, thank God I was born in a Protestant nation. Oh man, the budget today has just been brutal, fucking brutal. Like the Labour government is just screwing everyone. Unless you're a single mother on benefits, then you're doing great. Like, I swear to God, man, I'm just so angry, so fucking angry. It genuinely, if you work in this country, you are a fucking mug, and everyone knows it. Everyone knows it. It's like, Jesus, what are we gonna do?
I know. I fucking know. And the problem is, too, there are countries that exist out there that are basically what the West were. There are countries out there that have, like, basically no income tax at all, and they just earn
Everyone
money.
keeps moving to fucking Dubai.
Yeah, and why wouldn't you? Like, okay, so
'Cause
here's
they
a
don't have
nation.
income tax.
No income tax. They've got great benefits. They've got great fucking technology. It's basically a Western nation.
Yeah, they've got loads of Brits out there, so you can just go fucking hang out with people like yourself as well.
Yes. Like, why can't we form enclaves in their countries for once?
Yeah, and the people in Dubai are like, well, these are the best kind of fucking immigrants we've ever seen.
Yes.
They work really hard. They don't pay their taxes. We don't charge them any taxes, but they don't break into the rules. You know, they earn lots of money. They spend lots of money. You know, they just get on about their lives. What a great set of immigrants. And of course, we don't give them any political rights.
And that's the key thing, too. Like, because these nations, they tax via sales tax, which is more and more. I'm like, fuck everything else. Just give us a sales tax. I am happy to pay a tax on the things I actually consume.
Yeah, exactly. On the things I actually want. Oh, you got to pay some tax on that. All right, fair enough. And if I don't want it that much, I won't fucking pay it. You know what I mean? I won't buy it.
Instead of forking over half of my income so somebody fucking else can take benefit from it.
Oh my God, man. It's like all of the sort of like there's a series of like franchised local newspapers in Britain called like, you know, Bristol Live or Wiltshire Live and stuff like this, right? And they're all part of the same sort of franchise. And they're just pumping out these articles of like, and they're always white, these white single mothers who've got 4 kids and they're on benefits, and they're like, oh, this has saved our Christmas. And then you look at the article and it's like, yeah, Sandra here was only getting £4,000 a month for her 6 kids or 4 kids or whatever it is. And now she's on £6,120. And that means Christmas is going to be much easier. I'm like, 6 fucking grand a month. 6 fucking grand. I'm just sat there. I just tweeted out that Homelander gif with it. I was just like, fucking, this is my face, man. It's just Homelander's disgusted stare. I fucking hate it.
I have lost.
Yeah.
Shit.
Absolutely.
The emotional blackmail of it all as well. It's just like, oh, look at Sandra and her poor kids because she is a total slag. You know, look, now she's going to have a great Christmas. Oh, fuck you. Fuck you. I have to pay so much fucking money.
Yeah. And, let's see here. Can I translate this to English? Oh, yeah, here we go. Right, so this is the thing that has happened in Norway. Samira needs help to take the children on summer vacation. Being poor in Norway means that you can't afford to go to a foreign country during summer vacation. That is what being poor in Norway is. And we now have subsidies for people to go on vacation.
I hate
Trick or
modern society
treat.
so much.
Can I smell your feet?
It's fucking... I hate it. I fucking hate it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I'm totally with you. Just how dare you? How fucking dare you?
like we have like governmental subsidies to send people on vacations. I'm like, fuck you. I don't care. Like, oh, but our children want to go to the south of Spain. I don't fucking care. Earn more money.
Yeah, get a job, get married, get a fucking husband, be normal. Oh, fucking hell, man.
And again, like it's grown so far. At one point, it's like, okay, this family's starving. Can I have some money? I'm like, okay, fine. I don't want them to starve to death.
Yeah.
Then it evolves to like, this family can't afford clothes. Like, okay, I mean, I get it. Yeah, no, sure, clothes.
You live
this
in Norway in the winter, they need some fucking clothes.
Yeah. Then because this family can't afford this
Service
particular
guarantee
home. Like,
citizenship.
okay, but if you can't afford a
take the piss
home,
now. Yeah.
is that my responsibility? And it eventually becomes like, this family needs to go on vacation. I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah, no, they fucking don't.
I'm already paying for your food, your clothes, your house, and now you're fucking vacation.
Just fucking breeding dependents. I just don't understand why we would want to breed all of these dependents. I literally feed all the ducks at the fucking pond, and then suddenly they're starving without you, and it's like, well, fuck, man, I'm moving house or something. You're in trouble now, aren't you?
I fucking hate this world. Santium. India has honor culture. Why so many scammers then? Well, because that is their honor.
Yeah, exactly. That's what, obviously, like, how have you not understood so far? Their honor is scamming you because you're not part of the Izzat.
Yes. He got away with it. Fuck you. That's extra honor for him.
Yeah. Look how much I scammed out of fucking gullible rubes.
River Norse, we had honor killings in the Nordics during the Viking Age. The Icelandic sagas are full of honor killings, but it was personal and or familial. Yes. An honor killing was basically, if somebody killed one of your family members, then you went and killed one of their family members. And then they went and killed one of your family members.
That's exactly what the Izzat is. It's exactly the same thing.
Sort of, except at least that was a specific response to a specific crime. It wasn't something you could do because somebody stole a goat.
Yeah, but, well, that's the thing, right? All of these things have been spiraling for a long time. Like, you're never beginning at stage 1. You're always at, like, stage 57 of the cycle of violence, cycle of retribution. Like, these are old tribes, man. These aren't new. You know, I've just discovered this old tribe. Right, I'll steal his goat. Oh my god, you stole my goat. Now I have to steal your cow. No, this has been going on for centuries of these people.
Wolf Predator, the Indian idea of honor. I can even smell the words.
But like, it's like each of these cultures has engaged in pogroms with each other for centuries.
Vitclim, the Izzat business reminds me of an article in Zero Hedge written by the only Indian with a soul. It's very relevant, actually, and you guys can probably cover it this stream, too. You underestimate how much we waffle on about random shit.
Yeah, but that's fine. That's why people are here.
Double Kid, the left isn't sending the best. I don't even know if this is left.
Yeah, no, these are the clients that the left is using against us.
Eric the Just, historic question. Why do you think the Kalmar Union failed? And could history rhyme when it comes to the EU? So how long do you think it will take? The Kalmar Union fails because no Swede will ever be ruled by a Dane. No Dane will ever be ruled by a Norwegian. And no Norwegian will ever be ruled by a fucking Swede. And so on.
Yeah, too much damage to the Izzat.
Yeah, no, literally. We fucking hate each other.
Well, this is what the sort of national banter is based in. Actually.
Yes.
You know, this sort of collective honor.
Temple Kid, PewDiePie won at the end. He has a family, he's got good genes, and owns a home with a promising stability in his legacy. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Pew's, like, there are lots of times where, like, you know, you support some online figure because you're like, oh, I like that person, and they turn out to be a total piece of shit. And PewDiePie is one of those ones where it's just like, you know, constantly happy that I supported him back in the day. Never does anything wrong. Complete Chad. Like, absolutely superb example to young men now. What a great choice PewDiePie was. And I said this back in the day, right? When he was having that competition with T-Series. I'm like, look, we're really lucky that the most popular YouTuber in the world is PewDiePie. Like, it could be a piece of shit. Like, someone who's a real piece of... It could be Hassan Piker, you know? Someone who's not only a piece of shit, but a terrible fucking example. But no, we got really lucky in that it was this dude.
Well, there's the thing, right? So that was an era in which YouTube was a guy doing guy things. That was it. And he was just open about it. He was normal. He was one of us, a normal individual.
Yep.
Today, It's the most plasticky fucking human being you've ever experienced.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's the multi-billionaire who waves $1,000 bills in front of the poors to make them jump. And don't get me wrong, Mr. Beast does good things too. A lot of his stunts, like healing the blind, etc. I agree, but the man doesn't do that out of the kindness of his heart. So let's put it like that.
Well, he does it for clicks.
Yes, and the more and more I've heard and learned about him, this man's a serial killer on his free time. I fucking tell you.
Really?
The way he looks, the way he acts, the things he does. Oh, scary man. Scary man.
Well, I mean, I've heard people saying this sort of stuff, but I've never heard anything substantive regarding it.
I, to be fair, cannot substantiate my accusation of him killing people either, to make that clear.
Yeah, I'm sure he hasn't actually killed anyone. Well, I mean, we don't know.
We don't know.
I've got no reason to think that he's actually killed anyone.
And the second largest YouTuber, of course, is indeed fucking T-Series.
Yeah, but there are a lot of Indians around, mate.
And the thing too that really annoyed me was the idea that people would automatically be subscribed to T-Series if you were from India.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Why?
How could Pewds compete with the machine?
Exactly. Like, you compete with the machine at that point. It's not a subscriber battle.
Yeah.
It's you versus YouTube.
Yeah.
Silly.
But I mean, how many people are going to come out and bat for T-Series? You know what I mean? No one.
Very few.
Yeah.
Sujad, I've dealt with numerous Hindus in my line of work, IT. Let me assure you, they'll smile at you amably while stabbing you in the back. They can and will view even constructive criticism as a grave insult. They are literally skaven with worse hygiene.
I've had so many heard so many times about lying in India. Lying in India is just completely normal, and it's just like that is so weird, man. Like, why would you want a culture of lies?
X reveals all bot accounts are India. Elon, we need the H-1B visas online. Okay, so what do you think about that? Because we don't know the damage yet, really.
I'm against the H-1B visas. If that's what you're asking.
No. Like, because there was a lot of right-wing aggregate accounts in particular that now comes across as very astroturfy, and a lot of them were also the rather more extreme right-wing accounts.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there was something to it. The thing is, it's hard to know, right?
Yes.
It's entirely possible that they are foreign influence, but it's also entirely possible that it's foreign grifters.
Yeah, I think grifter rather than influence. Like, influence is like the conspiracy theory. I think simply that a bunch of people from these countries realized, hey, if I rage bait with crazy opinions, like if I go as extreme as I can, very stridently, I'll get $500 a month from Daddy Elon. And in Sri Lanka, I can live off that.
Yeah. This is a huge amount of money for the average Indian.
Yeah. And for what? For throwing out rage bait on the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder. I would love to know the actual numbers on that, because I was kind of shocked at how quickly the right wing began to radicalize in weird ways, and now I'm wondering how much of that was actually the right wing and how much of it was people with 50 phones on a rack in front of them.
Yeah.
God, I hate the idea of like the entire digital ID thing. It's the worst idea. I don't want the government to have that power.
And yet,
when so much of our online discourse is all online now, when so much of our political talk is online now, I kind of want to know if the motherfucker is from England or Pakistan.
And it actually becomes important to know.
Yes, it does. Especially, again, like a fascinating idea too is, and I think this the count. This one. Right, so this was the article, which I probably won't have time now, but most Westerners know nothing about India beyond vague ideas about Hinduism, yoga, gurus, and maybe a dash of Bollywood. That's the thing. We in the West know fucking nothing about India.
Yeah. I mean, no particular desire to learn either.
Yeah. Like, the vast majority of the West's knowledge about the
have
East
lost.
is pop culture, it's movies, it's half of it's fucking propaganda.
Yeah. It's very, very thin on the ground.
Yes. And so again, like, we don't understand how they're thinking. They probably don't understand shit about how we're thinking. Like, this entire Izzat thing. I don't want to be told anything about Western politics by somebody who thinks like this.
Yeah. And, like, why would we want them involved?
Yeah.
Like, they fill niches that other people should fill.
Let's see, am I going on with you then? You all know about that infamous video of that Indian scamming a food bank. I don't actually know this. Do you know what this is about?
No, I don't.
But okay, Indian scamming a food bank. Once again, winning is righteous, losing is not. By employing clever means Ugard, he successfully extracted more resources for himself and his family. From the perspective of Ugard, a rule is not something to respect, but merely an obstacle to the Indians' own gain. Since he cheated the system and wasn't caught, he's seen as a righteous and dignified man in the Izzat framework. Oh, and that brings me up to Jugard as well. So I'll look this up. Jugard. Oh my gee! So the Wikipedia article is very like, it's an innovative way to find alternative solutions to problems, and it's shit like
is it
this.
cheating? Is it just cheating?
It's like, no, look at this. The original pole burnt down. Instead of carving another beautiful pole, they fetched a piece of driftwood, stacked it on some fucking cinder blocks.
Well, I mean, I guess that did the job, didn't it? What are you complaining about, Art?
And call it a day. And that is the essence of Jugard. It's jury-rigged, half-assed idiot solutions. There was one, improvised vehicles. Oh, Jugard technology. One motorcycle towing another.
I mean, that is technically a form of technology. I don't know what you're complaining about.
And this one. Community University of Wollongong, Australia found that 2,139 cases of road traffic casualties in 72 hours. 2,139 cases of road traffic casualties.
Jesus Christ, man.
In 72 hours. At JN Medical College Hospital in so one hospital, 13.88% of pedestrian casualties were due to Jugard. So some motherfucker had jury-rigged his vehicle and was just like, yep, this is fine. Vroom, vroom.
I can't say I'm actually terribly shocked. I've got to be honest.
It's just... Like, the idea, here in the West, we're afraid to go out driving if a fucking tail light is out.
I think it's worth remembering that a billion people in India think they're going to get reincarnated.
Yep. Yes.
Right. That's actually really worth remembering. And when you read numbers like this, you think, how can they have such cavalier regard of their own personal safety? Well, they think they're coming back.
Yeah. Yes.
Like, unironically, that's what they believe.
Your
And so it's like, okay,
ignorance
well,
a lot.
I don't know what to do with that, you know? Like, I don't think I'm coming back. So I'd rather if you didn't kill me.
And it goes on to basically explain, like, so then the Western world clashes, right? It was stated by Ministry of Road Transport and Highway that Jugard do not conform to the specification of a motor vehicle. You don't fucking
not?
say.
Well, I mean, I suppose it wouldn't, would it?
It's like, I hammered together a Ford Fiesta and a Lada and just welded it together in my garage. Oh, that doesn't fulfill the standards of a motor vehicle. Oh, you don't say.
I guess not. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Where was they? Oh, yeah. Though no statistical data is available, it is reported that there are a number of instances of failing brakes, requiring a passenger, to get this, jump off and manually apply a wooden block as a brake.
It's like orc technology.
I don't even know if it's orc. It's like institutionalized lazyism. It's like a civilization built on like, no, I'm not going to fix the brake. I am going to use a brick to stop the car. Like, it's like some sort of weird offshoot of the human race living in the ruins of civilization. They have cars.
Yeah.
They don't know what the car is. They can't fix it, but it's there. And by God, they're going to drive it.
Honestly, it's just orc or Mad Max style vehicles, isn't it? It's like, what the fuck is happening here, man?
Yeah. And of course, then the Western world comes and says, like, this isn't road vehicle. You don't have road tax paid. There's no registration plates. Can you imagine approaching this civilization with the idea of a fucking license plate?
Yeah, what does that mean to these people?
Well, it means the government can catch me and know where I live because I'm registered when I drive my fucking homemade car.
But like yeah, exactly. The idea.
ready to
What
wreck this
possible
yellow
use would I
mare's
have for
fluttery,
that?
buttery fun?
You know, like
That's so fucking insane.
You ignorant slut.
it's just mad.
Yeah, it is. It actually genuinely is. So that's due to God. Oh, and Brandon for $100. Thank you very much, sir. To further clarify my question, what is a person for? I meant it in an
Service
Aristotelian Thomistic sense, not the instrumental sense. Are we just wet robots? Are we for imitating God to pursue Ariat, tools of the state, the international proletariat? Just food for thought. Okay.
Well, this is a question that's been asked a long time ago, over the distance of time. I mean, Aristotle thought it was to live a good life, right? That was the purpose of life. That's what we were for. And it's hard to disagree with it. I personally agree with that.
Yes, like if we're talking about that specifically, then yes, the purpose of a human being is to have a decent existence. And I am a romantic on this. I do believe there's a spark of something in us. Call it God or whatever. But I hate the idea of wet robots because it feels so diminishing. Even though it's probably true, it feels so atomistic. The idea that we all exist simply as a bundle of nerves and a gooey gelatinous thing that controls our bodies.
Yeah, meat robots. Yeah, like the thing is, I don't think anyone thinks it's actually true.
You
Right.
ignorant
I think what it
slut.
is you just can't explain why it's not true.
Mhm.
Because nobody lives their lives as if the people around them. Well, I mean, maybe Indians do when it comes to trains, but you know, nobody lives their lives as if you're just a meat robot.
Trick or
Yes.
treat.
Like,
Can I
unless you're
smell
taking
your
a video
feet?
in India about in front of a train, you treat yourself as something sacred to some degree, right? And that's normal, and you know everyone outside of India does it. So, you know, perfectly normal. So it must be that the human experience is not just mechanical. You know, we otherwise we'd just act like it was.
Yep. And again, like intelligence in and of itself. If intelligence is simply just a complete fluke accident, then surely there should be somebody else out there. But out of all of the species on
Service
Earth,
guaranteed
we
citizenship.
alone developed civilization? I don't know.
I mean, I'm not a religious man, but you know, I am a human supremacist.
You ignorant
Yes.
slut.
Also, we're halfway through now, so I want to do the trailer. Sargon, pause Bannerlord.
Oh, what do I have to? Okay,
Yes, because you need to see this.
oh god. Oh, fucking the trailer.
Yes.
Go on.
Archer's Mexican Entertainment
Sí, señor.
presents Milking Farm,
Can I smell your
a
feet?
love story that only a woman could enjoy. A tale of sticky liquid love and of passion in its most viscous form. I won't lie, this will not be wholesome. prepare yourself for the most disgusting, morally vile and objectionable, yet still somehow feminist adventure of your life.
I am a good feminist.
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 Milking Farm, Book 2, Breeding Clinic. Coming soon, quite literally, on a screen near you.
I really hope that in 10,000 years' time, this is literally the only thing that they have that's proof that our civilization existed. I really, really hope that they just say, yeah, there's a loss for civilization. We can't figure anything out. They just must have been hedonistic degenerates.
Listen, it's not that bad. It's a love story.
It's not that bad. It's women's romance.
Yes! I even said so in the trailer. It's a love story only
I
one
know.
can love.
Yeah, I mean, literally, women just have got very strange interests.
And seeing as chat is already quarter way through funding the third book in the series, chat has weird interests too.
Chat, why are you doing this to us?
Admit it, chat. It was worth it just to expose Sarkon to this.
Fuck's sake, man.
You may return to sailing the seven seas now, mercifully.
If Dev thought I was right wing before, like, holy shit!
That's a Trogan
Are you
for $100. Encore, Arch, encore.
Buttery.
Dawn of War 3 fund. Why is Dawn of War 3 fun? Why am I being punished for this? I thought I did well. There you go, chat. Milking Farm 2. Look forward to it.
Mm.
I might upload it as a short, but honestly, I'm a little bit scared.
A little bit scared you're going to get a large female audience. That's what you're a little bit scared of.
Yes, that's partially what I'm worried about. So, I read a story about an Indian man offering to pay another man to use a public toilet instead of defecating openly.
Why would he do that? Apart to get the money. I bet he took the money and still shat outside, didn't he?
The latter left and came
you
back with
ready to
several
run
friends
this
and
yellow
beat
mare
the
to buttery,
former to
buttery
death.
What?
Yeah.
How dare you, sir, suggest that I'm not going to shit outside? What do you think, I'm a fucking animal?
Trick or treat.
The problem was not that he was defecating openly, but that he was criticized for doing so. And with Izzat, it's not an eye for an eye. Izzat is often an eye for a whole head. Disproportionately and brutally annihilating your enemies is the correct move to make because you take back your loss to Izzat, and then some. This kind of vindictiveness would be rightly seen as horrific and disgusting in most of the world.
Well, yeah, no shit.
I mean, I don't know, but yes.
Thank God we've got open borders with these countries, eh, folks?
This is why the EU's Poo in the Loo campaign never went anywhere, because every time the Indians were shitting in the streets and looked up and see the posters, they were like, that's insulting. How dare
What
you?
about my Izzat?
Service guarantees citizenship.
I can just imagine a man squatting by the side of the road, just laying out a long, steamy one whilst going like, my honor is being insulted by these EU bureaucrats.
I mean, let's be fair. No, you know, everyone's honor is bro. You're not the only one. Brexit means Brexit for a reason.
White Slan for another 100. How much for a new clause in the Claws of the Eagle instead? I am doing a new in the Claws of the Eagle. With Sargon, but unfortunately, Sargaruni is a busy boy.
Are we doing that?
No, I am.
Trick
Oh, are
or
you?
treat.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't realize I was doing
your
it.
feet.
Yeah, I didn't realize that either.
I didn't think I was, because I am busy, yeah. It's not that I'm against the idea, I'm just always busy, man.
I mean, are you sure you wouldn't? I mean, the same people who are doing milking farms on the Vampire.
It's not exactly selling it.
I'm sure you'd enjoy yourself. Mal could explain to you why women want to be choked.
I don't need that explained. I'm not in favor of the milking farm.
Very
You
bigoted of you,
ignorant
sir, but very
slut.
well.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Trogan, Encore continues, milking fund. I'll make another trailer for the third book. There was a green text from 4chan. I don't have it, so bear with me. Anon knew an Indian. This Indian would make outlandish claims. He could bench press 500 kilograms. He was a billionaire. He did arms deal with the US government. Anon said he didn't believe the Indian. The Indian reacted with righteous indignation. The situation escalated to the point where the Indian was emailing Anon death threats. Anon responded by forwarding emails to the police. The Indian killed himself.
You ignorant
Alright, yeah.
slut.
Anon was left baffled at the whole situation. I have no idea what the fuck happened. Okay, so 4chan green text, so, pile of salt.
Yeah.
Without Izzat, this looks like an utterly insane and pointless sequence of events. But with Izzat, the Indian action suddenly makes sense. He was boasting to increase his Izzat. And when the Anon simply stated his disbelief, it was seen as a vicious attack on his Izzat. The Indian escalated the situation to restore the lost Izzat. When the police got involved, the dispute had become public, so the Indian's shame had increased to unbearable levels. He committed suicide in order to save his remaining Izzat. Anon had no idea what Izzat was, or if he didn't mention it. Yet the Indian actions perfectly align with this framework. This is what makes me believe the green text was genuine.
Yeah. Okay, well, I mean, justice was served. I'm not even sure what the right response to that's meant to be.
A man on the internet called me out for saying I could bench press 500 kilograms and I'm a fighter pilot. I'm gonna have to off myself.
Time to fucking end it, boys. Don't lie on the internet, I guess, is the answer to that.
I don't know how to really continue that one either. No.
Let this be a lesson to you. Don't lie on the internet.
Yeah. Braid Whitney. Hey, Arch, happy Thanksgiving. Have you heard of an art project called Dead Gods? It is set in the world before the biblical flood and is ruled by the Nephilim and the fallen angels, and is a mix of Conad the Barbarian and Elric of Melniboné. I have not heard of that, no.
It's a cool time period, like frame to put it in.
It is. I wish we had more settings in that time period.
I love the Conan Hyperborean era.
It's an excellent era. It's a fantastic era.
So properly barbaric.
Oh, and Trogan for another 100. Encore, Arch. Encore. Dawn of War 3 fund. You're not making me very
Dawn of War 3,
cooperative.
what are we talking about here? They want you to play Dawn of War 3.
Yes.
It's not that bad.
Oh,
it's
it
good, but...
really is, though. Have you played the campaign?
Oh, not for many years.
It was very bad.
It wasn't good, don't get me wrong, but it's not that bad.
I don't know about that. It was that bad to me. The mission where you have to move the artillery piece like 6 times with a cooldown time in between.
I can't remember the missions, man. It's been a long time since I played it.
Marine Alva, YouTube's biggest problem is CEO Neil Mohan. Yeah, I'm actually been in favor of a fair few of the things he has done, but this post is making me scared.
Well, that's the thing. He hasn't actually been terrible. Susan Majewski was worse.
Yes. So far, the new Indian guy has been pretty hands-off, which is what I like, and been introducing new features like the top chat thingies where people can compete for the top chat position. That's neat.
Yeah. I mean, the great thing about this sort of culture of Izzat is if you can get kudos by not working, you'll not work.
Yeah.
And yeah, all the kudos in the world for not working, Mr. Mohan, or whatever your name is. Don't do anything. Just go sit on a beach somewhere. Enjoy yourself.
Yes, I mean, the patron
Service
saint
guarantees
of not
citizenship.
doing anything, Gabe Newell,
Yeah.
the man who continues to win again and again
Yeah.
and again.
Yeah, like is Steam going to deplatform? Nah, we don't really feel like it. Okay, what happened? Nothing.
Yeah. It's beautiful. It's actually
Yeah.
genius.
Yeah.
Steam's entire philosophy, whenever they want to do something new, is like, well, we're just going to make a PC, and if you want to put it in your living room, I guess.
We're not going to make Half-Life 3, though.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
I mean, just how much fucking money must they have? How fucking much? Like, GDP of small countries. And still no fucking Half-Life 3.
To answer that question, we actually have a general idea right now, as Gabe Newell recently bought himself a $500 million yacht.
Jesus. Just bought himself it.
Yes, he bought himself a $500 million, 364-foot yacht.
4 stories. Fucking hell.
So that's how much money he has.
Well, good. I'm glad that he's super rich. But
Yeah, honestly, I don't even
Half-Life
mind.
4, yeah, I'm glad. You know, honestly, Steam has been such a great thing. Like, I use Steam all the time, and I don't know what I'd do without it. I'd be fucking lost.
Yeah, Steam is
Buy
a
yourself
genuine blessing.
Yeah, buy yourself an amazing. It's like Amazon with Bezos. It's like, well, look, man, I use Amazon all the time because it saves me so many man hours in shopping. That I actually, you know, I'm happy for Bezos to have another couple of yachts. You know, but Gabe, just make fucking Half-Life 4, mate. 3 even, sorry.
I don't even mind. I ain't even mad,
No.
bro.
Service
Totally cool
guarantees
with it. I don't
citizenship.
care. Like this, he didn't take any fucking money from me that I didn't want to give him. So
Yeah. This
Yeah.
is my sales tax in action.
yeah. And then you remember when Steam brought in the refund thing? So yeah, you can play it for 2 hours, and if you don't like it, just refund it. No questions asked. Thanks. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Genuinely, like after 2 hours, if you haven't got a feel for the game, whether you like it or not, that's on you. You know what I mean? Like, you know, after 2 hours, you should know whether you like something or not.
Yes. Massive Doge, this reminds me of the Goths' relationship with the Roman Empire.
Yeah.
Adam Attackman, happy Thanksgiving, family. Just left. Hope the day is well for you. We don't celebrate your weird heathen holidays here.
Yeah, it means nothing to us, but you know, I hope you're having a great day.
Yeah. I hope you enjoyed the turkey.
Yeah.
I do like turkey, so.
Yeah, I like turkey. I've seen a lot of people going on about turkey. Oh, I don't like turkey. It's like, turkey's perfectly fine. It's a perfectly good meal, you know? Like, if
Oh, yeah.
the problem with turkey is if you overcook it, it's dry. Right? That's the problem with it. So the trick here, and this is sound radical, come closer. Don't overcook it.
Or alternatively, if you do want to overcook it, just smother the thing in gravy. Problem solved.
Yeah, exactly. You know, butter, gravy, whatever. You know, just doesn't have to remain dry.
See, I'm not usually a huge sauce guy, but turkey, I eat it almost as much for the sauce. I just drown that poor thing.
Yeah. Just eat it normally.
Mason Miller's art. I watched the Citadel video, too late to comment then, but your Superman comments made me remember an idea for a game I don't have the talent for. Well, you're not dead yet. You have time.
Yeah.
Boog, bunch of Californians made enclaves in Mexico. I mean, yes.
Yeah, the Mexicans are complaining about immigration to Mexico, and all I have to say about that is fucking get what you deserve.
Mason Miller, an RPG where you create a character with the central theme being collecting Superman powers from other peoples after a failed villain plot to steal it. Oh, kind of like the villain from Heroes, the guy who ate people's brains for their superpowers. He was kind of cool. I liked him. Valon Deathblade, imagine how much Izzat that Sunak got by scamming his way into being PM. No wonder Modi praised him for wriggling his way into power.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly it. There's sort of like the national Izzat, that he was fucking advancing.
I
They were
mean,
thrilled. Oh, an Indian in charge of Britain. Like, oh my god, it's like, oh, for fuck's sake.
yeah, no, imagine him going to India. They'll probably throw fucking parades for his ass.
I don't doubt that they do.
Or Mendres gifts an Archcast membership. Thank you very much, sir. So, Jard, when I was at India on a business trip, I had to live off vending machine food. We all got serious diarrhea from the hotel, which was a good one. The second trip, we brought no females for obvious reasons. Cops could not keep their hands to themselves.
Yeah.
When the police molests you.
Yeah, it's mental, isn't it?
Boog, will you go to Mr. Beastland? I briefly considered it, but then I was like, no.
I don't want to get molested.
That too. Thanks the Red. Happy Thanksgiving, every. Currently making my Japanese curry for dinner. Arch, you will eat my curry. It has beef, carrots, sweet onions, potatoes. No.
What's wrong with that?
I don't like curry.
Yeah, okay.
Arya Gat Euro reminds me of a Bangladeshi friend telling me about how the young men in his family will rent absurdly expensive cars when going to family gatherings. Well, yes.
Oh, that's so stupid.
But it'll make your family think that your penis is big.
I totally believe that they do it, though.
Gary Thomas, do all honor cultures behave like India, or is India a unique case? After all, I've never heard of Korean or Japanese industrial scamming. No. This sounds rather peculiar.
Yeah, I get the feeling this is a particularly sort of like Middle Eastern / South Asian form of it.
Let's see. Go on. The Western idea of merit is competence in a role. Merit in Izzat is determined by what lengths you will go to achieve a goal, with competency merely being one path. It often becomes a secondary path, as printing a degree that says you're qualified to be a jet pilot is just as good as being able to actually fly, in the eyes of Izzat.
Westerners. Fucking hell.
In other words, Izzat selects for appearance over authentic merit or morality. Well, I guess, yeah. Like, I mean, if you manage to scam an airline into paying you wages for being an airline pilot without needing to go to school for 5 years, I guess.
I mean, aren't you worried about actually surviving the plane trip?
I would imagine so, but
you are still going to have to fly a fucking plane, bro.
But
then again, if you believe in reincarnation,
then you've got the story of, oh god, what's his name? Jeff Nath, was it Jeff? No, I can't remember his name. But there was the guy who the movie Catch Me If You Can was based on.
Never heard of it.
So Catch Me If You Can is a fantastic movie with Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Hanks, where DiCaprio plays a real-life scammer who started out by scamming airline agencies.
Right.
Yes. Frank Abagnale, that was his name. So he would make checks that looked like they came from an airplane company, and then he'd go to the bank and he'd cash the check, and then he'd move and cash checks all over the country. And he'd move using the airplanes, company's own planes, by pretending to be a pilot and then saying that he was there to do a ride-along. So he found ways to basically scam his way onto the plane without piloting the plane. And, traveled from city to city, cashing checks.
I mean, gotta respect the hustle.
Yeah. Fantastic movie, too. Really great movie. Leonardo DiCaprio is a weird thing. Because I remember when he first came around, everyone was like, oh, he's just a pretty boy. You know, he's just getting roles because he's pretty. And they treated him like some kind of Western shota for years. But he's genuinely one of the best actors in Hollywood these days.
You know, there are a bunch of them like that. Like, Brad Pitt was another one. Like, when Brad Pitt first came out, oh, he's just a pretty boy. No, he's actually quite a good actor. Same with Tom Cruise is quite a good actor, and he was the same, like Val Kilmer. Like, if you think back to, like, the 90s and the early 2000s, we're actually really blessed at the surprising quality of pretty boy actors that we had.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like, And you can tell too. I remember I watched a clip of the behind the scenes of another Leonardo DiCaprio movie, The Wolf of Wall Street, where it shows him at rest before the scene begins, right? And he's just like he's standing there, you know, looking a little bored, like he's not doing anything, and then flip of a switch, he's 1,000% in role, talking his lines, doing the actions, like instantly. Like, holy fuck, that's impressive.
That's good. Interesting.
We were overblessed, and today we're not.
We used to have talent.
Yep. It's like fucking music, man. Modern music. God, what garbage.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Just turn on the radio. You won't hear anything new.
Oh, listen, it's if you hear new stuff, it's recycled themes, recycled songs doing half-assed ways, and you're just like,
yeah.
There was a while where I was just doing listening to music only in my car, and I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Has my music taste just turned to shit? Like, do I not recognize music anymore? Then I randomly happened across like a 90s playlist on YouTube. I was like, no, music just sucks now.
Yeah. It is literally that music is just shit now.
Yep. The music is just shit now. Simple as.
Not a lot you can do about it.
Now, a counter-argument an Indian might make is Izzat is a dead word, or we don't use that word. I'd like to compare it to the word vendetta. Vendetta in Italian has a very specific meaning, a familial blood feud where revenge must be taken to restore honor, etc. This word would not exist if it doesn't reflect a specific facet of Italian life. Izzat is no different. Hell, I've had to write several paragraphs just to explain what the hell Izzat is. Izzat isn't an archaic term either, it's one that's really alive in modern Indian lexicon. So this is where I've been told later that apparently it's basically a northern Indian thing, and the southern Indians find this kind of embarrassing.
Right, okay.
And I hope that's true.
Well, yeah, but, like, still.
If Izzat were regularly discussed openly, this would be considered one of the greatest possible insults in the Izzat framework. Izzat is why Indians do mass reports, death threats, false flags, and various other underhanded tactics when a Westerner exposes something they want people to see. Such as the poop throwing festival. Yeah, I remember that, where the guy got death threats for filming the fucking festival.
Oh yeah, they're furious. Fucking furious.
And, like, again, like, that wouldn't make any sense. Like, you have a poop throwing festival. That's weird. But it kind of ends there. That's weird.
Yeah.
Unless you are a culture based around face, perception, and prestige. And then suddenly being a part of a poop throwing festival.
And the thing is, like, the Westerners are like, wow, that, like, village is weird. That village where they do the poop throwing festival, that's weird. We don't assume every Indian has gone to it.
No. But apparently every Indian assumes every Westerner assumes.
Ignorant
Exactly. So it's like, right, okay.
If I knew something like that existed in the West, I would say, wow, that's disgusting. We should stop this. But in India, the problem is not the point. The point is the problem being exposed and the perceived insult to Izzat from exposing the problem. The water pipe needs to get fixed.
And the thing is, as well, right?
I have lost.
Dinesh D'Souza even began, like, Western Indians will speak in defense of them. Like, he was like, well, you can keep complaining, but the Western birth rates, the future belongs to the poop throwers.
Yes.
And it's just like, all right, Dinesh.
Like,
that's weird.
you could just denounce the poop throwing festival.
Yeah, I don't agree
ready
with
to
poop
wreck
throwing
this
festival.
yellow
I mean, he
mare's
probably
fluttery,
doesn't.
buttery
But the fact
butt.
that he decided to defend the poop throwers and attack the Westerners who are criticizing the practice, like, right, that's very revealing.
It's like, listen, we're outbreeding you. Like, okay. You're making a fine argument for armed intervention, I must say.
Mm.
The one saving grace is Izzat performs awfully in the long term. Once Indians displace you, they will go back to playing this insane game among themselves. So what's happening to companies that got hit by Izzat? This is also why there aren't any homegrown Indian companies that have the same influence as Microsoft or Google. Whenever they start getting ahead, their companies implode from infighting. Nobody does their jobs. Everybody trying to cheat each other and nobody addressing critical issues. Systems that delegate authority and work on good faith eventually win out over zero-sum honor feuding. Izzat cannot maintain complex systems because its players are only concerned with short-term games.
No kidding.
And with the West, the issue is that it often fails to live up to its own ideals. It's not a perfect system, but we can course correct and address problems pragmatically. With Izzat, Indians live up to those ideals very, very often. When you see the dysfunctionality in India, remember that it is a feature of Izzat, not a bug. Yes. And
So the way
Jugaad.
the system is intending to operate.
Well,
Not an accident.
see, that's the problem, right? The issue is that if the West fails to live up to its own ideals. Yes, partially, but a more crucial issue has become that our ideals are wrong. Like, some of our fundamental building blocks of Western society, absolute equality, nobody's different, everybody's the same. It's just not true. And shit like this illuminates it even more.
And the thing is, it's a pleasant lie that we can tell ourselves when our countries are like 95% homogenous.
Yes.
You know, okay, we can all, if all the Westerners believe it, even if it's not true, they can still make it work, even though it's not true. But if we're like 75% aware of it, no, it's not going to happen.
Yes, the problem is that we then look at the man who is like, listen, we have a poop throwing festival and we're going to outbreed you. And we go, oh, okay.
Yeah, I heard you loud and clear.
Welcome.
And that's the thing. Like, Western individualism is like a magic spell, right? Like, if everyone believes it, it does kind of work.
Yes.
If only about, you know, a quarter of the population doesn't believe it, it's over.
Well, again, like, all of these many systems that relies on something that isn't necessarily true can still function so long as nobody pulls back the curtain to reveal the man operating the machinery.
Exactly.
Like the divine right of kings. Beautiful. Like, okay, you've got a guy in charge. So long as everything is stable, you've got a fairly decent society.
Yeah.
When you, however, then go, oh, but he isn't ordained by God, we now need to find another way, which the French Revolution does, for example. And interesting shit happens. Very interesting shit.
Oh man, everything's so fucked. I just can't get over it. Like, we've literally got millions of these fucking people here.
Yeah.
And they all believe bonkers things.
They do. And there is not enough time to re-educate them, even if we felt inclined to.
Even if it's like, it's not about time, it's about capacity. Like, we never talk about integration because how could we? You know, like, we would have to literally just break up their communities and dump like one Indian in each street and demand that they not associate with any other Indians, or not just Indians, Muslims, you know, whoever. Like, it just can't be done.
Yeah. Capacity and intent. The intent to integrate. And to integrate is to destroy that which was there before.
Yep.
Like, that's the problem with the old cultures are beautiful. Like, no, you're in Norway now.
Yeah.
Whatever you were before, we are going to actively destroy it.
Yeah, and that's what they perceive. That's why they're against integration now.
Yes. But it is the only way this functions. It is the only way we can maintain our colorblind society, our religion, creed, ethnicity, nothing of it matters.
Oh, man. It's all so fucked.
Sandum, the more I learn, I see India as human Skaven. That's harsh.
I mean, I don't think they're evil, right? The Skaven are definitely evil.
Mildly malicious, yeah.
Right? The average Indian actually is not an evil person, right? So, like, they just have a really different culture to us that I personally don't really like. You know, that doesn't mean the average Indian is actually evil.
That's true. Sky the Gun Fox, hello again, Arch. Glad to catch you live. More shekels for the Furcon Fund. God help me. Sarkon, always happy to hear from you. Been a fan since the Feminist Frequency days, and I've enjoyed watching your journey. Cheers from the States.
Oh, thank you. Much appreciated.
Would you like to come to the Furcon with me, Sargon?
No.
Frenzy, the comparison of India's Skaven is ruining Skaven for me, even if it's accurate.
Oh dear.
I mean, yes. And one grand music, it's a nation of Asmongols.
No, Asmongold seems like an honourable man.
Yeah, I don't agree.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
The
I like
Avatar of the
Asmongold.
Normies is not a member of the Izzat.
No, he's an honourable man.
Topin Russell, what's the deal with
Ignorant
Dev?
slut.
He's insane.
He's not insane. It's just that he's trying to defend an obviously indefensible position, and that just becomes more difficult with each passing day.
Oh, which one is he assuming today? See, I've just defaulted to insane because it's more covering.
Well, I'm going to give Dev the benefit of the doubt that one day he'll realise that this liberalism stuff is bullshit, like I did, and eventually he'll have a kind of come to Jesus and be like, okay, yeah, maybe I was wrong about that.
So, Jard, eventually, when Hindus get into space, their rockets will have
I have
ablative
lost.
layers of Indians. Again, they're purely Skaven. Martinez, look up Bangla Bangers, an old reality show from Discovery Channel. 1000% you got. Bangla Bangers. Oh, homemade cars. Yeah, okay, listen. Modern cars are really fucking complicated. Okay? Don't make one. Don't. You don't understand. It's not just like a piston engine and putting it on a chassis with 4 wheels and it's good. Like, nah, it's not how it works anymore. Just purchase the cars that normal people do. Trust me. I know that overregulation is terrible, and some regulation is idiotic, like sensors that require you to put in your seatbelt before starting the engine, etc. Now you're just babysitting. But no, like things like brakes are turning on at certain, speeds, etc. Useful stuff.
All I'm hearing is Norwegian wants to be oppressed.
Sandoom. More of this stream goes on, the more it explains how certain things happen, like the Bhopal disaster, where negligence and human error led to a toxic gas leak at Union Carbide pesticide plant.
Yeah, it's genuinely crazy, isn't it? Like, the more and more this goes on, the more it explains.
Yeah.
It's like, right, yeah, no, I have seen that before, like that sort of thing. Like, this is all making a lot of fucking sense.
Like, listen, we have extraordinarily rigid safety standards because this is highly toxic materials. A few generations of Indian employees that jury-rig fixes to their stations later, and your rigid standards no longer exist.
Yeah.
Hippo Hegemony, Hail Overlord, hey Sargon, you guys should look at Conspiracy Uncovered and his Nephilim looked like clowns theory. Happy Thanksgiving and God bless.
Oh, thank you.
Subject Noble, remember Michael Jackson is one of the first victims of cancel culture, and even till this day people still believe the old media lies, even though he was proven to be innocent years ago.
See, I don't know like anything about like the actual situation, so I try to avoid it.
I have lost.
I have heard very persuasive arguments in defense of Michael Jackson, but that's
I have
also
as well,
literally
but-
all I've heard. I've heard the argument. I've never
I've never
been
looked
particularly
into it, never,
interested.
double
You
checked it or anything.
ignorant
Yeah, like I say,
slut.
I've never been interested either. So, but I tell you what, I saw him giving some fucking speech about how Sony was stitching him up and how he'd bought out Sony or something,
Yep.
and it was just like, huh. I mean, I'm more likely to believe that they're stitching
Heresy's
someone
the
up.
question. Fire is the answer.
I totally believe that's true.
I mean, they did earn a good chunk of money of him dying.
And he no longer owns all their company.
Yep. Convenient, that. Alex Anderson, the Russians have something called Schmalkalka. Same concept of slapping stuff together in the shed rather than buying something made for the task. Well, see, that's the thing too. Like, okay, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Like, if you have, say, a farm, right, and you need a plow, and you can make a plow, okay, fine, go ahead. You're only endangering yourself. But the issue here is people make cars, and they go out in traffic, and they drive, and they have the highest traffic death rate on Earth.
Yeah, per capita as well, not just raw numbers.
Yeah, like, that's the thing. Like, ingenuity is fine. Like, if you can make a thing for your own use, great, go ahead. But when you then take that thing and drive it in public,
yeah,
that's where the problem occurs. Yes.
When you put other people's lives at risk.
That's where the issue comes in rather quickly. Bone apple tart. The Mechanicas have Indian accents. Maybe. I mean, a lot of their shit does malfunction on occasion. Sandoom, we fund Milking Farm to punish Lumi and Mal. That is an excuse you've made up for yourself. You enjoy it, Sandoom. I know you too well. Brendan, and add this and my last 100 to Milking Farm and friendship with benefits. Very well.
Jesus.
Milking Farm is now rapidly closing in on halfway funded for Book 3 before we even gotten to Book 2.
Wow, the people really like Milking Farm.
Oh, yeah. They cannot get enough of the seam of his sack. Et Axala, Carl, yes, please. Seeing Dev spurking out on X was funny as hell.
I don't like seeing Dev spurking. He keeps arguing that I'm wrong about liberalism, but he can never actually demonstrate how. It's because, frankly, I'm not wrong. You know, I have 2 degrees in this, for fuck's sake. I know what I'm talking about.
River Norsted, you'll see Dev tweet that communism is the lesser evil than MAGA. He may be creating good stuff once in a while before, but he has gone mad these days. Yes, I know.
Yeah, it's just whatever, Dev. All right.
Subject Noble, Arch, you snowman. You skipped my last super chat. I did not. I didn't. I promise. I think so. I believe so. Yeah, I remember Mark Jackson. I read that one. Bitch. Black 917, Hail us Christ, our Lord and Savior. Hi, Sargon, and happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you.
Happy Thanksgiving to all of the weirdo Americans out there, but it's still a strange holiday. And don't put stuffing in your turkey. That's gross.
On the stuffing's fine. On the podcast today, Dan was like, they've got like a practice Christmas. It's like, oh, that's a good idea. I like the idea of second Christmas. 2 Christmas dinners, yes, please.
Pop That Stegs 1970, this Indian honor culture thing really explains India's reaction to that poo documentary. It does.
Yeah.
I know, I don't want a second Christmas dinner. I really don't. Yes. Would you like a second helping of lutefisk or stick meat?
I don't know what any of that is. In England, we eat real food.
Yeah, well, we don't, so...
Like, everyone shits on English food, but English food is fucking brilliant, man. Like, a Christmas dinner is basically like an advanced roast dinner. And a roast dinner is an amazing thing.
You've gaslighted yourself so hard on this
No
topic.
way, man. Roast dinners are incredible.
Absolutely. The gaslighting is through the roof.
What? Do you know what a roast dinner is?
I know what British food is.
Okay, like, you buy a nice, big, expensive joint of meat, right? And then you roast it. And you roast it in its juices in a cast iron pot. So it keeps all the flavor and all the juice and all that. And then you use the juice to make the gravy, right? So you get this really rich, thick gravy out of it afterwards. And then you do whatever you fancy with it. Yorkshire puddings are a great one. They're really easy to make. You know, it's basically batter that you pour into oil and then cook in the oven for like 25 minutes, and they come up really good. And then you do, you know, roast potatoes, mashed potatoes, roast parsnips, you'd have to roast them, but roast carrots are really good. But cauliflower cheese is incredible, especially if you mix in a bit of English mustard into the cauliflower cheese. It gives it a gorgeous taste. and you know, any other veg you want. You know, cabbage with butter, you know, broccoli with salt or whatever. You know, whatever you want for the veg, and then you've just got this enormous fucking pile of calories that tastes amazing, especially when it starts mixing the flavors together, and then you go into a coma for the rest of the day.
And whilst I agree that does sound delicious, I am
It is!
confident in the British ability to fuck it up.
No, you can't. I mean, you'd have to work really hard to fuck up roasted meat and veg.
And that's why all of us are so impressed with the British.
I think it's just a prejudice.
But a well-founded one.
No, it's not. That's the point. Especially when it comes to a roast dinner, man. Jesus, roast dinners are amazing. And having two of them, well, why not?
Dean Domino, between Izzat and African time, it makes me think the West is the only civilization that believes in objective reality. I.e., if tree falls in a forest and no one hears it, it still does make a sound.
You know, that is obviously and factually correct. Like, the West is the only civilization that believes that reality exists separately to magic.
Yes. Unironically, yes.
Yeah.
I remember I watched a Twitter video of some black chick the other day who was like, listen, we need to reject all of Western philosophy because they determined how the world works and it's white determination. We must re-embrace magic. Like, geez, God.
Yeah, they literally believe this.
Listen, we tried magic. We did. We have magic textbooks from ancient Greece. We've attempted magic, but it doesn't work. We tried. We would love it if magic was real, but it's not.
Yeah, it's just the fact of the matter.
Yeah, we didn't determine this. Like, there isn't a secret
yellow
cabal of
butter-
white people
butter-
somewhere like, yes, we've kept magic from the blacks.
Yeah, we'll hoard it for ourselves.
That's not how it works.
Heresy's the question. Fire is the answer.
Mercenaries anyone, I feel for you, Arch. I deal with the same thing at work. Whenever I want to listen to any kind of music, I have to go online and download underground stuff. Worst part is, Store plays remixes of old songs.
Are you ready to rut this yellow?
They Wolf the Red, probably unrelated, but highly recommend Sword and Scimitar by Raymond Ibrahim. It's about 1,400-year history of Islam attacking the West. Yes. It was pretty much one-sided aggression for, about 1,400 years, yes.
Well, no, for about 200 years, 300 years, it was one-sided aggression. Then it became two-sided. The Christians started fighting back, and then the Crusades ended, and then the Muslims carried on.
Huh. Mercenaries anyone, thank God for the Christmas music, Arch. It's the only good thing right now. What's this? And 510 for the dog suit for Lum Lum. Heat-seeking. Sargon, it's been a while since Kia gave away strategic territory. Could you put in a good word and see if he'll give me a slice? Just a small bit like the Channel Island or Wales is fine.
I mean, he would dearly love to give it away. If that helps.
Do you want to hold on to Wales, of all places?
I mean, it's just too close to not hold on to it.
I mean, true, but so was the control over the Gibraltar border. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's mad. It's just mad.
Viewing stuff. How much money to introduce Sargon to Monster Girl Quest?
Not enough.
Imotaku. Dev will admit he is wrong when the government shows up at his door to collect him for some compulsory maid appointment. Royal
will
Retro.
admit he's wrong then.
Half-Life 3 is in proper dev and near done. Insider expect an announcement soon. Tons of articles. Look up HLX files if you want to look into it. I am not memeing. Data mining confirmed this last year. Copium.
What was this, sorry?
Half-Life 3, that it's totally in development and will release soon.
Oh, fuck off. I don't believe you.
Trevor, are either of you going to stream more sales? Tomorrow, actually.
Yeah, I'm just I've been testing it out and I haven't got a ship yet.
Yeah, I can occasionally hear you shouting commands in the background.
Sorry, I'll turn it down a little bit. The ships cost like 12,000 to start with, and so I've started the campaign as the Nords, And I mean, honestly, I just go around killing people until I have a big enough warband to kill the lords of other factions. So I declare war on a faction, then just kill them until I've got enough money to, frankly, build a big enough warband to conquer a city and then start my own faction. So at the moment, I'm just trying to save some money.
You can also do the tutorial thing for saving your sister, and it's a long, really bad campaign. Really bad.
That's why I don't do it.
But it does give you a free ship at the end.
Oh, does it? Okay.
Yes. But it's really bad.
I'll get my own ship. It's all right.
Boog, Racifist made several videos about Michael Jackson's innocence. I think I've seen some of them, yeah.
Yeah, I think I saw one ages ago, but like, I don't know what the thing is. It's not that I think he's lying or something. It's just, I like to hear both sides of every story.
Tigerfish, Arch Sargon, what's your take on the whole Campbell soup being exposed using lab-grown Franken meat in their soup?
Are you fucking serious? What?
I don't know anything about this.
Yeah, I haven't heard that.
Campbell defends soup. Campbell fires executive after recording of his disparaging remarks about ingredients.
Campbell's.
Yeah. Campbell has fired an executive who has allegedly caught on tape calling the soup company's product highly processed food for poor people, and that the chicken in it is bioengineered meat.
Jesus. I didn't know about that.
I mean, technically, yes, no, like, pretty much all meat is bioengineered meat at this point. Like, the animals we have,
Well, yeah, they're not.
they ain't
real
natural, bro.
animals. Yeah. But it's not. I'm sure he's not talking about the same thing. He's not talking about domestication and selective breeding.
Yes. Franken meat in the soup. We don't even have this Campbell thingy in Norway, so.
Yeah, I've never eaten it.
Alex Blackman, the thing with Russians and smakalka is that it's seen as specifically Russian and leads to making trench candles in the schools in 2023, 2024 to try and distract their people from the fact they're fighting a trench war in 2024. Which I called, by the way. I was like, listen, the next war is either going to be over really quick or it's going to be a trench war. Right now, Ukrainians and Russians are shelling each other like it was the fucking Somme.
You ignorant
Terrible, isn't
slut.
it?
Yes, but I was right, and that's all that matters.
That is true.
Nolly sent 500 warp tokens. Thank you. Revengeance Fund. I'm pretty much on board with colonialism at this point, especially against hostile cultures.
Heresy
What's
is
that, Sarkon?
Fire is
Locals?
the answer.
Not
As long
anymore.
as it stops them coming over here, fine. I don't care,
We can always just build enclaves for them to live in over there. Like, that's how they got civilized to begin with.
I mean, they're just asking us, come over and recolonize, please. We need someone like you to be in charge and run this civilization in a way that's not shit. That's basically all they're asking for.
Book of Grudges. Sargon, your country still eats like they are desperately combining scavenged food from bombed out buildings.
That's not true, honestly. Like, British food is fine.
We're kind
We
of some
just don't
duty.
put spices on everything.
Just found out that Canada is now allowing kids to partake in maid. What? What? Holy
I just can't get over how
fuck,
evil
wait.
everything. Is that true?
Medical assistance in dying, a pediatric perspective. No, don't kill children. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I mean, I just feel that it's the sort of thing they can't give informed consent to.
A mature minor is the category of minor identified by the government for further independent review in the Federal Act.
Something Vorsh would have written.
Yes, like I was supposed to, like a mature minor. But oh my god.
So what? We can kill them? Like fucking hell, man.
Or turns out as a qualified person. Procedural care. Yeah, this is actually real. So it's not law yet, but they are attempting to make it legal to kill kids.
Thanks, Canada.
Fucking fantastic.
Yeah. Amazing. Absolutely spectacular. First world liberal democracies, folks.
What is the
So
question
great.
of the day for us to discuss in the Republic? Well, can we kill children?
Can children consent to being killed by the government? Like, literally not even over-egging it.
Yes. And the thing is, there's going to be like a sob story where there's a mom who's like, oh, Timmy was dying of this super rare disease and he was suffering. And I'm like, okay, fine, kill Timmy. But that doesn't mean we make it legal. Timmy's an exception.
But even then, like, sorry. But fucking, if we make it so that bureaucrats can just start murdering children,
Yes.
that might start attracting the wrong kind of person to become a bureaucrat.
Exactly. Like, that's the thing. Like, okay, Timmy's suffering. Fine. I will turn around and you can pull Timmy's plug.
Exactly.
But we don't make it legal.
Yep.
Fuck. And the worst part is we know now that MAID is being massively overused, that suicide rates haven't been fucking touched. The government is just killing more of its people.
Isn't it like the third leading cause of death or something? It was really high. And it's like, fucking hell, it's the government murdering people.
Yeah. Mrs. Twisted Frenzy, Sunday roasts are the greatest dinner of all time, and with your particular preferences, Arch, it can be mostly segregated, with each part of the dinner on its own side of the plate. Good. That makes it sound more promising, honestly.
And ironically, the greatest dinner of all time.
J. Stewart, Saigon, crockpot roast beef with potatoes, carrots, and onions. I'm assuming that was supposed to be Saigon.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, just there are so many things you can do.
Mercenaries in one, but aren't there is such a thing going to be raised? We humans are just not allowed to use it. Imagine if the furries had access to magic. Who says they don't?
Yeah.
Maybe that's what the fur cons are about. They're just casting spells. Mercenaries in one. Sorry, autocorrect interfered, but magic is real, Sagan and Art. It's just that we humans are not allowed to have access because of the furries. Ah. Furries are gatekeeping magic. Well, I dislike furries more. So, there's that. Fucking furries keeping magic away from us. Piece of shit.
I mean, magic I could believe is real, but furries I think are just made up.
Well, there is a type of furry that is made up. That is the non-sexual furry. And it's also a very common one. I remember reading an article where they were like, listen, there's nothing sexual about us dressing up in animals and rubbing up against each other. It's completely normal. No.
Don't fuck up furries, Jesus Christ.
Just admit it. I know it's a fetish. You know it's a fetish. No need to pretend. We all understand. Nobody's confused. Ikari the Wraith, a maid kills a larger proportion of Canadians than guns kill Americans, including suicides. Yeah, like, listen. Don't give the government power to kill people. It's really that simple.
No, it's fine. The government does have the power to kill people, right? We accept it. That's why we've got an army. That's why there are armed police forces. We accept that the government has the power to kill people. The question is, which people should they be killing? And the politicians are like, well, we're not going to kill criminals, but children? Hell yeah, we're going to kill children. And that's why abortion is just basically mandatory these days. Like, fucking hell, man.
Trick or treat.
Nolly, for another 500 warp tokens. Vengeance Fund. Update on that, by the way. Also, I told you about the Campbell's things 2 days ago, you mountain monkey. Well, I didn't listen. Shame on you.
Checkmate, I didn't listen.
Yes, fuck you. Revengeance is at 895 out of 1,000, so very, very close. And lastly, Harry the Human Substitute Arankar, here an hour and 20 minutes late to Expeed. I just heard the milking farm part. That book is the argument against women's rights. I want to talk about women's wrongs now.
Yeah, I mean, like women have always enjoyed strange fantasy, though. So I mean, it's just one of those things you just have to accept as a part of womankind.
And listen, this is also the dark reflection of our current day society, okay? If we accept the seemingly proven theses that women wish to be controlled in a certain way, then if they have to seek it out this much in their fetishism, clearly we haven't been doing a good enough job.
Yeah, clearly there's something lacking in their lives.
Yes. A firm hand, one might even say. And before I get my YouTube channel demonetized, thank you all very much for watching. Thank you for your generous donations, and thank you for hanging out with me today, Sargon.
It's always a pleasure, Arch.
Was it? Even the milking farm trailer couldn't dent it.
Trick
Oh,
or
God, well, I mean,
treat.
you know, I'm not saying there
Show
aren't
your
ups and
feet.
downs.
Oh, and Mercenaries Anyone, Dogsuit. Also, thanks to what happened to the 2 National Guards in DC, martial law is inevitable and imminent, Arch. Worldwide lockdown soon.
Yeah, I mean, I just as a quick thing on that, I'm glad that Trump's doubling down on all this. Like, good. That's the right thing to do. Double fucking down. Like, he was like, right, all Afghan visas suspended. You know, more troops into DC. Fuck you. It's like, yeah, that's the right response. Right response. Double down. Double the fuck down. Always double the fuck down.
Yes. Again, we gotta remember, we are currently stuck in the iterative prisoner's dilemma. It is our job now to hurt the left. It doesn't matter how, it doesn't matter why, it doesn't matter when. Our job is to hurt them until they go, well, this sucks.
Yeah, ow, please stop. And then we can say, right, okay, here are the conditions. Here are the terms of your surrender.
You ignorant slut.
It really is that fucking simple.
Yeah. Dev, come on, man, you must understand this. Like, Archer's really explained it well, frankly.
Alex Anderson, miss one of mine. I didn't. Cow. The DC Titan, lots of ups and downs in Milking Farm. That's true. Vigorous ups and downs. There's entire segments of the book dedicated to describing the vigorous ups and downs with lube. But now, good night, chat. They will be milking